Hello, boys and girls. All right, so we're going to go through the upcoming folktales analysis. So we've been looking at a couple of different folktales, and now your job is going to be to analyse one. So we're going to be looking at how a story is shaped by culture. We've had a bit of a look at the different cultural aspects, how stories might change from one culture to another, and the reason for that. All right, so basically you're going to understand the purpose of traditional stories within a culture and the importance of cultural context. You're going to talk about the morals and the lessons told within a variety of different culturally diverse stories. Okay, so you're going to need to know a range of language features that are used in narratives, as well as the structural features. You're going to be able to analyse the elements of traditional story, including the purpose, why was it created, the cultural context, okay, what was specific for that culture, who was it created for, who's the audience, who are the characters, the setting, the plot, the theme, and the message. All right, so we're into task description. This is what you have to do. You're going to be given or select one of the folktales, and you're going to explore the cultural context of the story. You're going to talk about the purpose of the text and the audience that it's intended for. Okay, so you're going to answer the questions in Peel format. You're going to make a point, then you're going to give evidence, then you're going to explain, and then you're going to link it back to the question or to the next paragraph. Okay, so what is the purpose of a folktale? Okay, why do we have folktales? What is the point of them? Then you're going to briefly describe the plot of your story. What happens in it? You're going to talk about what is the moral of the story? What is the lesson that needed to be learnt? These are things that we've done along the way on a couple of different ones. So this task needs to be on a new folktale, and there's a link up on Daymap for that. Who do you think the audience is? Okay, and you need to give examples of language features, or you need to base it on evidence chosen from within the folktale. You need to explain the context behind your chosen story. Where did it come from? What background knowledge might they have had in that country? In what ways do you think the origin of the story impacts the message? And why might the message have been important for that community? And finally, last question, do you think the message is important for our current community? Why or why not? So you've got a word count there, minimum 400, Peel paragraphs, 400 words in Peel paragraph format, and a maximum of 800. To achieve a C, you will have answered all the questions in full sentences, giving me full context, as though I had not asked you this question, as though you were explaining it to me, okay? So don't respond to the question. You need to put the question in your response. You need to have used a range of technical language that we've explored in previous lessons. So we've looked at text structure. You're going to use words like orientation, complication, resolution. We've looked at language features. We've looked at cultural significance and cultural context. You're going to need to use those words. Okay? So we'll have a scaffolding. We've got exemplars. We've done practice ones along the way. All right. To be successful here, to get an A, you're going to need to have comprehensive understanding of the text structure and how it influences the audience, okay? How does that impact on the audience? You're going to identify textual features within the text. So you might talk about simile, metaphor, onomatopoeia, personification. You might talk about anything that we looked at for the analysis of a biography, okay? Plain writing. And what else did we talk about there? We talked about simple writing, any alliteration, any kinds of those kind of features that might help your audience understand the text. We're going to look at how language and text features can be used to represent different ideas. Okay, so how does the language in there create a symbol, might help explore the theme. And you're going to need to edit your work effectively. Okay? This is due next week. You can submit a draft to me by Monday and I'll get it drafted and back to you. All right. Thanks, guys. That all should be clear. Any questions, send them to me on Daymap. Over and out.